What an inspirational morning. I am truly honored that I have this opportunity to stand here in front of this incredible group. I think we should make a loud call to all the young people who are in here right now. Go youth! Woohoo! Thank you. Now let's get serious. Malnutrition is a major public health problem that affects millions of people worldwide. And did you know that more than 60% of malnourished children exist in Asia? In context of my country, Nepal, 50% of children below 5 die due to causes that are associated with poor nutrition. This problem of malnutrition is so complex that it is not just due to lack of food or due to poverty, but it is also due to lack of adequate information on proper nutrition and child feeding. Now, I'm going to take you on a journey. So we are traveling to Nepal to meet one of the mothers that I met in the villages in the Lubu community. Sangeeta is a mother who lives in Lubu. She had been trying to conceive for a really long time, and it wasn't happening. One day, she finds out that she's pregnant, and then Sangeeta and her family's happiness has no bound. It was the best news ever. After 9 months, Sangeeta gives birth to a baby boy. She didn't receive any kind of counseling or information on nutrition before or after her child delivery. So, when the kid was only 2 months old, when you should technically only be breastfeeding, she feeds him cashew nut. Unfortunately, the nut gets stuck in the child's throat, and the child dies. Sangeeta's family labeled her a murderer, and they kick her out of her own house. Can you believe it? She currently lives in her maternal home. We talk about leaving no one behind, but women like Sangeeta and their children are often being left behind in terms of basic health, education, and nutrition. When I realized that this gap of information was causing so devastating consequences, I knew that I had to do something about it. And that's how the idea of NutriBeats came about. NutriBeats is a low-tech wearable educational tool which informs mothers about how to feed their children in the first 2 years of life. This idea is focused on the first 2 years because from conception to until the child reaches 2 years of age, 80% of child's brain development takes place. So it means we have such a golden opportunity to uplift or to lay the foundation of child's overall growth and development throughout life. This bracelet has an array of 21 different color beads where each color holds a specific meaning. For example, the colored bead indicates the type of food that you should be feeding the child. For example, white are mother's milk, brown are cereals and grains, yellow are pulses, legumes, green vegetables, fruits, and blue are animal sources of food. The numbered bead indicates the age of the child in months. So you can see here, in between numbers 0 to 6, there's a single white bead. That means from birth to until child reaches 6 months of age, they should be fed only mother's milk exclusively. After 6 months, 4 other colors are added to the mix, which means continue breastfeeding, start complementary feeding to make it a balanced diet. This bracelet is complemented by an information card, which is additional information on nutrition. This low-tech tool has been helping in improving knowledge on maternal and child feeding among mothers. And I say this out of evidence because the research we have conducted shows that there has been significant improvement in the knowledge. The journey that I went through to come up with this idea, however, wasn't easy. Our education system, it doesn't prepare us to become innovators or entrepreneurs. So initially, I didn't have the basic idea of design thinking or the ABCs of innovation. And being a young girl with an idea, people wouldn't trust me easily. They would be like, oh, so you're studying public health, and now you're making bracelet. How does that make sense? So you are leaving your profession and doing something normal, ordinary. The other challenges I faced was because I had this own assumption that, in order to solve a big problem, the solution has to be bigger. Or my assumption that whatever idea I develop will be the idea the community actually need. For example, when I understood that information of gap of nutrition, I thought developing a mobile phone application to educate the mother would be the best possible solution. So with this idea in mind, I went to the community and I approached one of the mother who was playing this Bollywood song on her smartphone. So I told her, can I interview? Could you please pause the song so that I can interview? And then she looked at her screen and then, Buddha, come here. As in, husband, can you please come outside? I don't know how to pause the song. Can you do it for me? And that moment right there, it was like a needle of realization, reality that popped up, the bubble that I was inside. And then it also shattered all my assumption and this misconception that I had. And it helped me understand that it is okay, that it is so essential to empathize with the real need of the users. It also made me understand that it is okay to fail because it is a stepping stone towards greatness. And I also understood that these kind of challenges, when I started empathizing, I understood that what the community actually wants, and I can deliver that based on the thing that they actually need. And these kind of challenges led me to win the Asia Pacific Youth Innovation Challenge Award, which was organized by UNICEF. And I feel really special sharing this here in Bangladesh because one of the judges was Ivy, who is the founder of Maya in Bangladesh. This further motivated me that my simple idea can become a tangible solution in the community. So that's how I founded SOCHAI with 3 other teammates. At SOCHAI, we are focused on education, innovation, and entrepreneurship to ultimately empower the communities. At SOCHAI, we have been implementing a model that combines product and service to maximize the impact of our solution. On the service aspect, we train local youth and mobilize them in the communities to deliver a solution in a frugal way. This way, young people are getting capacity building opportunities, whereas our women, girls, children are getting benefited by participating in our community-based learning projects. On the product aspect, we engage local artisans to make these bracelets, the one that I'm actually wearing, and we sell these products in the market using the buy one, give one model. This way, we are increasing the value of our product, we are generating revenue, we are also helping a needy woman or girl in the community receive free bracelet and counseling, and we strongly believe that the solution that we are trying to develop needs strong partnership and collaboration. That's why we have been collaborating with UN agencies, government institutions, handicraft companies, and this production or this sales of bracelet strongly helps in empowering the local communities because we are also providing income generating opportunities to local artisans. We believe that by keeping our ideas simple, by utilizing the existing resources, we can prevent the unacceptably high rate of malnutrition in Nepal. And considering the young people in the South, global South, and the power and potential they have, and also acknowledging the saddening reality of the problem of malnutrition, we believe that this idea can be easily replicated, introduced, and scaled up, not just in Nepal, but even outside the Nepal in the global South region. Our idea, it started with one individual, and now we are a team of 25. Our idea, it was just a simple one bracelet, and now we have more than a dozen of products. Our idea, it started with one mother, Sangeeta, and by now we have reached 700 mothers, 3,000 adolescent and youth, as well as 5 community groups in 6 different districts in Nepal. However, our journey here had just begun because we still have to reach thousands and thousands of Sangitas, not just in Nepal, but also in the entire global south region. Thank you.
So we have the floor open now for questions. We have one right here. You can use my mic.
Hello, I'm Farouz. So I would like to congratulate you for coming up with such a good idea and actually implementing it and becoming successful. What I really wanted to know is they are not really aware, and maybe some of the mothers are giving the deliveries at home. So how are you actually reaching out to those people? Like, how are you identifying them and actually going to the people that actually needs that? Thank you.
Thank you. So the program that we are conducting, the community-based learning program, it's not just for mothers, but it is also for mothers, school-going children, and community-based health workers, who are called the FCHV, the Female Community Health Volunteers. So their role is to go to each and every households in the community on a regular basis, where they go on to provide information on nutrition. So what we are doing is we are also training this huge chunk of female community health volunteers, who are about 40,000 across Nepal. So we provide them this information on nutrition by delivering the products. So they get the products free of cost, and they also have the information card. So next time when she goes on to visit a mother in the community, she is carrying the information tools, and she's delivering the information there as well. And besides that, we have our youth group set up in the health centers, the government health centers. So every month on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the mother bring their children to vaccinate. So that means we are again reaching the mothers who come to health centers to get free vaccination service as well.
Thank you. I am Mahir, ANN team. Thank you for your nice presentation, and I have a question. How this bracelet works for the mothers, and how you make them aware to buy this bracelet?
Okay, so this idea we developed it's based on the design thinking model. So we did a lot of experimentation and testing before doing this. So initially, we just targeted a simple hospital. So we went with this idea, and then there were mothers sitting to vaccinate their children. So there was this waiting period where mother would be free doing nothing. So we told them, do you want to hear information on nutrition? We would like to tell you something about it. And she's like, no, I have to do this or that, I have to go there. Do you know you are getting a bracelet? It was like a reward for them. So she was like, yeah, of course, I'd like to know more. You know, and of course it gives sort of curiosity that, you know, how it works, it's very attractive, and our child is also really attractive. Ooh, I'm going to play with this or something. So, you know, mothers, they are getting something back in return, plus the information, like it works like a beautiful alarm that she can wear it at all times, and oh, my kid is 6 months, so I should probably start the other food groups as well. So, you know, that's how it works.
All right, the next question comes from the side of the auditorium. Hi, Bonita. My name is Drishti. I work for BRAC, and I'm very happy to see a fellow One Young World ambassador standing on the stage there. My question is, whereas it is very important to remind the mothers about what kind of nutrition is important for the children, what are you doing regarding the nutrition of the mother? Because that is also very important, like when the mother is in the lactating stage or when she's pregnant. And many of the times it's the father or the man in the family who is the decision maker of the mother or the family's nutrition intake. So do you have any plans in future of involving men of the house into these training programs?
Yes, definitely. Right now, we are focused on mothers and the mother-in-laws, because we are also targeting the Ama Samuha, or the mothers group that we call them. So it's like 35 group of women in the communities. They come together every month to discuss on financial and health issues, and those community groups are led by the FCHV that I talked about. So that way, a mother-in-law is also getting information, and usually the women sometimes get accompanied by their husband while coming to the hospitals. So whenever the husband is there, we put them together and provide counseling, and not just to the mothers. But like later on, we are definitely going to put like men in the center and provide this kind of information, because in our South Asian culture, usually men are still the bread earners of the family, so it's very vital, and we do acknowledge this importance.
So we'll take one last question from the Slido screen in front of you.
How many mothers have been reached so far? Nutrition of expectant mothers, so any plan to target? To engage men and boys. So which one should I answer? They're like, okay, so I will talk about the scalability part, I guess. Okay. So we have recently introduced a different accessories line called Ripple by SOCHAI, where we are producing not just this bracelet, the other one that I am wearing right now is the menstruation bracelet, where you can actually track your menstruation days and count the number of days and know which is the fertile days or which is the infertile days. So this is just the first product that we introduced, but we plan to expand it even more and create more innovative solutions, such as these kind of bracelets. So we plan to expand this idea and take these accessories and make it available globally that people can buy them and use various marketing strategies, because we are giving the value to our customers. They are getting satisfied by buying our products because they are also helping a woman in need. So we plan to increase this product and marketing and sales for the sustainability. And the other thing is we are collaborating with NGOs. So we are developing toolkit for how this idea works and how it can be implemented. So in the long run, we are going to use the model of both non-profit as well as for-profit and combine this for a long-term sustainability.
Thank you so much, Bonita. Can we please have a round of applause for all 4 of our speakers?